Good morning. It's early morning. You can hear the traffic, but apart from that it's very peaceful. And I've just lifted all my shallots. So we've got rain due this afternoon. They're talking about torrential rain, so I've laid them out to dry off the roots a little bit while they're in the sun. And then around lunchtime I shall take them in the greenhouse. But I'm not disappointed. There are quite a few very small shallots, but I intend to pickle them, so they'll be nice and they should be ready for Christmas. So yeah, I'm happy with that. Well, it seems being in my kitchen proved to be quite popular, so I'm going to have a go at making a sticky onion tart. It's a Jamie Oliver recipe and I'll put the link below. Yeah, that's all my ingredients. So it does say use dark brown sugar, but I only had light, but I'm sure that'd be fine. I've got a selection of onions, I've got thyme from the garden, I've got some bay leaves, garlic from the garden, and the rest is shop bought ingredients. So I've got my cider vinegar, my butter and puff pastry. So I'm going to start by melting the butter, and I've got to strip all the thyme off the stalks. So let me have a go at doing that. Put that in there. And 100 ml of water. So I've just got to wait for that sugar to dissolve. So let's place the onions, cut size down. Try not to get splashed and burn my fingers. Cut the garlic in half and put it between the gaps. There's a season. I'm now going to do the next stage, which is to cover it with pastry. So you lay the pastry over the pan, poke it down with a spoon right into the bits underneath. Well, I have to say, I'm amazed. That looks really good. It smells wonderful. And as I turned it out, you could feel how crispy and flaky that pastry is. So I'm going to let that cool a bit, and I'm going to be having my lunch, folks. Bon appetit. I'm going to cut myself a slice of this. Oh, that looks so good. That looks so good. And I've just picked and washed some Lollo Rosso salad, and then I've got some olives and some feta cheese. That, folks, is my lunch. Sticky onion tart. So I'm now going to pickle my shallots. I've peeled them all, weighed them, and I've just dissolved rock salt in water. I'm going to pour that over the shallots, and then they're going to sit for 24 hours to draw out as much moisture as possible, and then I shall start the pickling process tomorrow. So I just need to cover that now. These have been soaking in this brine for 24 hours. So the idea of that is to draw out extra moisture so that they become crisper. So let me just drain that and then give them a good rinse. Give them another rinse. So I'm going to leave them on that bowl just to drain. So this is all my ingredients to make the pickling vinegar. I've had to adjust the quantity because I haven't got a huge amount of shallots. So I've measured out 1/3 of each ingredient. So what you can see here are my black peppercorns. I've got coriander seeds, mustard seeds, some cloves, a couple of bay leaves, a pinch of chili flakes and light brown sugar, and I'm using white wine vinegar. So the first step is to toast all of the spices so you can hear them popping and they smell lovely. So I've got this over very, very low heat. I'm now going to add the chili flakes and the bay leaves, and I'm going to pour in all of the vinegar and the sugar. Now that needs to come up to a simmer, and I need to dissolve all the sugar. So I have prepared 2 kilner jars. They've been sterilised, they're still very hot, and I'm going to pour the pickling spice into each jar. Two jars of pickled shallots. Goodness me, that's been a really busy couple of days in the kitchen and in the garden. And this video is foodie based, which got me thinking that the reason why we grow our own vegetables and the nature of channels like myself, the focus is always on the growing, but really what we're doing is we're growing our own food for ourselves and for our families. So sometimes it's nice just to see what you actually do with the fruits of your labours, what you actually pick and harvest. So before I end this video, I'm going to go around the garden and do my final harvest of the day. And as tradition would have it in the UK, it's Sunday afternoon, so I'm going to do myself a Sunday roast, and the satisfaction is knowing that most of what is on the plate will be homegrown. So let me talk you through what I've picked. So I'm going to start with the sage and onion, because I'm going to roast a chicken breast. I'm going to do sage and onion stuffing. I've got courgettes, Pentland javelin potatoes, some chard, and then I've got quite a selection of peas and beans. So I've got my Kent blue and ambassador. There's not a lot of ambassador because I tend to eat them when I'm in the garden. I've got a nice handful of pongo, some cobra, some purple queen, and my absolute favourites, the Golden Gate climbing French bean. So I'm going to take that in the kitchen